Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Ricardo! Drop the knife!
Well now, what should the officer do? Pull the trigger, pull out his taser, or maybe call a mental health professional? There's a lot of talk about that on social media. Hey, I'm Ron Jones. I'm a former police sergeant and field training officer, and welcome to Police Body Cam Shocking Encounters.
Ron Jones reports police body cam shocking encounters.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Reports of an attempted burglary in progress. Family members say Ricardo Antonio Otero was terrorizing his family by trying to force his way into their home with a hunting knife. They called 911 because of threats he was making. Listen in as his father speaks with the dispatcher.
What's he doing with the knife?
He's trying to get inside the house. And he got a knife.
Okay, is he threatening anyone with it? Is he threatening anyone with it?
He tried broken the house.
With the knife? This is your son?
Yeah, this is my son. He's on drugs.
Ricardo leaves his father's house and is later identified blocks away by officers. This is where the armed confrontation begins. One of the two officers spots Ricardo walking along the sidewalk. That officer puts out a description.
John 6. We're going to go out on a possible at Broadbent and Cherry. HMA, gray hat, gray sweatshirt, tan pants, and a black backpack.
The officer coordinates with another patrol car to box Ricardo in, to make contact, and make a possible arrest for attempting to break into his father's home and making threats with a knife. This officer's partner down the street is trying to convince Ricardo to cooperate, but it's not working.
Ricardo, we need you to listen. That's it, all right? Listen to what they're saying.
This is where it goes from bad to worse. Ricardo prepares to charge the officer with that hunting knife.
Drop the knife, Ricardo. Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Ricardo! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Ricardo! Drop the knife!
Ricardo is shot and later dies. Investigators say this is the hunting knife he was armed with. The blade is more than 6 inches long. Investigators say initially the officer was about 41 feet away. As Ricardo approached, the officer backpedaled, giving Ricardo a chance to drop the knife. But with him closing quickly, the officer opens fire. Let's slow it down a bit. From the officer's perspective, you can clearly see what appears to be a knife in the suspect's right hand. Las Vegas police calls this shooting justified.
Now that was pretty intense, don't you think? And you may be asking, why didn't the officer use a taser? Well, tasers can be very effective in incapacitating a suspect. However, it's not always reliable. And in a life and death situation, you have to make a split-second decision. And if you make the wrong one, it can have deadly consequences. As far as calling a mental health professional, it appears as if it was unraveling very quickly.
Let's now head to Atlanta, where officers get a call from concerned citizens about another man making threats with a knife.
Drop it! Put the knife down!
The man holding the knife is begging for a mental health crisis team.
They're on their way!
He puts the knife away as one officer reholsters his gun and pulls out his taser.
There you go, thank you.
As they get him to the sidewalk.
Hey, just talk to me for a second, okay? Crisis is on their way, but we gotta make sure everything's safe or they won't come, okay? Nobody's taking your money. Okay.
After some convincing, he agrees to cooperate.
This is a crisis.
Lay down.
Lay down, sir. Lay down. You know it. Ow, you heard me.
They eventually secure the knife and call for the mental health professionals.
That's a lot of pieces. Ow.
But he's still not happy.
See me? Why am I the tank? Where's your supervisor, ass? I'm the supervisor. You heard me, boss. You sued them. All right.
These officers were able to de-escalate the situation by convincing this man to put the knife away. Once they got the handcuffs on and the knife away, everyone begins to relax because the threat is finally gone.
Y'all get my weapon back. I'm suing this.
The good news here, the mental health professionals eventually show up.
Well, that one had a happy ending because the man with the knife actually put it away. However, if he would have charged those APD officers, it could have had a deadly consequence. What do you think? We'd love to hear from you. I'm Ron Jones, and thanks for joining us on another edition of Police Body Cam Shocking Encounters. Keep you and your family and your neighbors safe. If you see something, say something.